stuck for the swing. There was.
Hello, my name is Aguinaldo Santos, and I'm going to talk to you about corporate social responsibility with a focus now on the benefits. In the first module, we talk about the meaning of corporate social responsibility. Why is it important to understand the benefits of corporate social responsibility? Designers, when facing a need for proposing a new solution, proposing a new project or program to a company, you need to understand the key question that business will ask is, what's in it for me? What's in it for the business? We need to address this first. Also, we want that the responsible companies to be competitive, to be highly competitive. So, answering these questions also respect the problem that we have, that is there's a large number of people working in companies that don't understand what is social responsibility, and there is some wrong idea that corporate social responsibility is something that is out of scope of the business. Well, one of the first questions that people may ask is, what are the benefits for the business? One of the first benefits is, companies can have increased their profit through corporate social responsibility. Although it is not the end, it could be a means to get to social responsibility. We need to understand that sustainability includes economical sustainability, includes the environmental sustainability. So without these three pillars of sustainability, a solution is not sustainable. The good news is that there are some reports showing already some relationship between social responsibility and profitability. In the New York Stock Exchange, for example, Goldman Sachs has reported 25% outperformance of companies which are leaders on CSR. So, investing in social responsibility do increase profitability, of course, in a given context in an appropriate manner. Brand differentiation is another key issue to use and to apply corporate social responsibility. Companies can, particularly on those markets that are mature and sensitive to social issues, brand differentiation can help to attract new investors, or even in situations of crisis, economic or natural crisis, companies can get even higher support from governments, from locals, even from other companies, if they have a really good brand differentiation. They have a more solid passing through turmoils. Attractiveness is also an issue, not only for investors, as I said before, but also for new young talents. Very competitive markets, they increasingly facing the difficulties of attracting young talents. And an industry or a company that have human rights, health and safety, and all these issues related to social dimension, sustainability, if they have a good performance on that, they can be attract more youngsters. For example, here I have shown an example of the construction industry, which have this huge problem. The Wall Street Journal published some time ago this report putting this as almost the last industry that a youngster would search for a job. And if a company or an industry in general wants to be competitive, it had to be attractive. So people nowadays want to work in very socially responsible companies. It's nice to work on a company. Feels good. Mm-hmm. Skills development. Sometimes, very often the company needs to develop some skills on dealing with complexity. Complexity is an issue that is very hard to simulate in a school, in a university. Dealing with conflict management issues, dealing with entrepreneurship, dealing with catastrophe management, and so on. These issues can be really instigated and dealt with if you are working as social responsible manner. You can put your staff to learn these new skills, and then they might use that in other parts of the business. Risk reduction. It's in companies that, particular companies that operate away from their headquarters, or they operate in topics that are sensitive to environment or the community around their business. This improving this stakeholder relationship might help the company, and it faces some turmoil. When we talk about stakeholder, it means all stakeholders. It means government, local communities, competitors, suppliers, everyone. Having this good relationship can reduce risks, and reducing risks attract new investors and so on. So it's a win-win situation. Understanding markets. Well, in many markets, it would be hard to make and hard and very expensive to do marketing research to get into these potential new markets, understand either direct possibilities for the company or even indirect. If you look at the indirect benefits, for example, companies could make spin-off ideas from one market, bring to other markets, and these ideas are really, the insights are really improved if you are working close to the community, close to the user, close to the stakeholders. Then you really get a much better communication channel. And also, building these communication channels is an advantage. For future needs, the company can then address and re-establish these communication channels. This network that is formed after a social responsible initiative can be for real advantage for the company in any future works that not necessarily need to be social responsible in the future, or not for focus on social responsibility in the future. Well, then some questions that the designer need to address when facing an opportunity for inducing a social responsibility initiative in the company, would include, for example, the identification of specific needs on CSR for a company. Understanding these benefits, and then understanding the business strategy for a particular company, and looking on which benefits would attract more in the company. And, very important, even if the company is already involved in social responsibility, what could we do to expand these benefits for the company, of course for the community as a whole, but addressing these benefits. Very often we forget to address them, and then companies may not get on board of ideas on social responsibility. Well, next module we're going to talk about the drivers for CSR and how can we influence these drivers to occur or to succeed on driving CSR in a wider number of companies. Thank you. Until next module. Bye-bye.
Having troubles telling how I feel, but I